ass-kicking superhero in the #1 mega hit blockbuster, Iron Man. Take a look.
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
And what do you say to your other nickname, the Merchant of Death?
That's not bad. Let me guess. Berkeley?
Brown, actually.
Well, Ms. Brown, it's an imperfect world, but it's the only one we've got. I guarantee you the day weapons are no longer needed to keep the peace, I'll start making bricks and beams for baby hospitals.
You rehearse that much?
Every night in front of the mirror before bedtime.
I can see that.
I'd like to show you firsthand.
Wow. Please welcome Robert Downey Jr. Well, Robert, congratulations on Iron Man. It has made, in 2 weeks, $200 million worldwide.
Does that make you feel happy when you hear that?
Does money make me happy?
Well, the fact that it was such a big hit.
Oh, it's kind of, I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
And then they announced that there's going to be, after seeing those numbers, they announced the sequel is going to be out in 2010, so you pretty much know that you've got a good gig coming up. What are you going to do, relax in between, or are you going to still work some jobs?
That's pretty quick. I guess we got to start shooting soon.
Yeah. Will that start soon? How much lag time in between?
I guess I'll finish talking to you guys, and we'll go start writing the next one.
Sounds good.
They made you really go through the hoops for this. How many times did you audition?
Well, I said to Jon Favreau, I said, I think I'm the guy for the job, and he goes, you know, I do, and they don't. And
Is that what he said?
yeah, he said, I don't think it's going to happen. And I said, well, I'm going to believe it will. And then it came down to a screen test, and I went in, and I'm really good at screen testing.
Oh, yeah.
But I read that during your screen test, when you did your screen test, what did you have to do? You said you memorized it until you could, you know, do it from yourself. How do you do that?
I just went completely bats on it. Like, I just studied the text and thought of everything I could do. Better than anyone else would. I don't know. It's that thing when you only have to focus on one thing for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Imagine if all you had to do was tell one joke, and then you studied that joke for 5 years. That's kind of what I did, because obviously I was unemployed at the time.
It's always good when you have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
But did you ad-lib a lot in this film? Because it looked like it.
Yeah, I mean, the script was pretty good.
Yeah.
But you know how we do.
I know.
You want to bring a sense of yourself to it. And I think audiences are so savvy nowadays. They always have been.
Yeah.
But I think nowadays they can tell when they're being shortchanged a bit, and they come to know us as what we brand as, like, that's kind of our personality. And unless you're playing some historical character or something, you want to kind of bring yourself to it a little bit, you know?
Like when you did Chaplin. That was brilliant, I must tell you. That was quite brilliant.
What? I thought you were just terrific. I love this movie. I stood up. I was just all by myself in the movie theater, but still. Okay. I screamed. Because it was fun. You know, the thing that this character...
How did you make all this money if you were alone in the theater?
Well, I saw it before everybody else did. Yes, I did. I saw the screening. But I loved it because there's no better fun on screen for me than you. I mean, I've told you that before. I love watching you, and I love seeing you, and it was great. I'm so glad that this $200 million is yours. I'm so glad. Well, yes.
Wow.
How much do you get exactly?
$4. $4.
That's the fun. I mean, I don't know. You know.
But you know what I mean?
To be part of a success like
It's
this
really fun to be part of a success.
But before you said to me, do you think money? Are you asking me? Does money make me happy? So I'll ask you. Does it?
I don't think so.
No?
No, it would have worked before.
Yeah.
So what does make you happy?
I don't know. I mean, you know, this is fun. I love my life and my marriage and my kid, and I love working. So same stuff as anyone, you know.
How does I was going to say your son. How does he feel? You are Iron Man.
Yes.
Is that just, you know?
Does he think you're so cool?
Yeah.
How old's the kid?
He's 14.
Yeah.
I took. You know, the movie's out, and it's been quite a smash and all that. So he had some of his buddies over yesterday, and now they're actually much more interested in playing the Iron Man video game.
Yes.
So now I'm there like, check it. And they're like, yeah, hey, could you get us some sandwiches? So now they're back on. Which is good, you know, as much humility as I can attain.
Oh, that's fun. And you've been going around. I know you had a huge, like, promotional tour going on for this, and then you stopped at the New York Stock Exchange. Didn't you ring the bell?
I thought I was ringing the bell, but they, just in case you're an idiot, they'll ring it. If you miss it by a quarter of a second, they'll just ring it anyway. Right. Look. It started ringing before I touched it, and I was so... I thought I was starting, you know, global commerce, and they trusted me, but really, no.
It always comes down to somebody's pulling that string.
That's right.
Doesn't it? It's crazy.
Well, you know what? Please don't leave, because we want to talk to you some more. Well, so we will be right back with more of Robert Downey Jr. Cool. Yes.
Downey Jr. Now, you and Whoopi worked together on a comedy called Soap Dish.
That's right.
And it was behind the scenes of how a soap opera works, right? And we have a clip.
Thank God.
And we'd like to show everybody how they work together.
Randall is back from the dead? How dumb is this? The man was killed in 1973 in an auto accident.
So, he wasn't killed. He was maimed. We give him reconstructive surgery.
What are you talking about? The guy was decapitated. I looked it up. He was on his way to the Yukon in a pink convertible to see his brother, who's an ex-con named Francis, when a tractor-trailer came along and decapitated him. You know what that means. It means he doesn't have a head. How am I supposed to write for a guy that doesn't have a head? He's got no lips, no vocal cords. What do you want me to do?
They froze the head. They put it on ice, they put it back on in a precedent-setting 2-day operation. You know, it's like, will you use your imagination?
Oh, he doesn't have a head!
Sticking to script?
A lot of it, we were actually.
By the time you're saying vocal cord, you can't write stuff that good. It's hard to be in a scene with Whoopi. You just kind of hold down the ground while you take flight.
Well, no, you know, the truth of the matter is one of the reasons that it's such a great scene is because we're both improvisers.
Yeah.
And I think, and I'm speaking for you, but I shouldn't, but when you do this and you suddenly realize there's a hole, we fill it, you know, because sometimes something looks great on paper, but it's not really enough for the conversation. Yeah. So you just fill it.
Some directors don't like that.
No, but you know what? Yeah. We don't do it all the time, but it's better when we do because it becomes a conversation, I think.
You guys are good together. That was fun.
Yes. See, they wouldn't put us together since.
You never know.
Okay, I wanted to tell you, you know, what I loved about Iron Man was you were so sexy in Iron Man. When you, he was so sexy, and I was looking at it, and you had this sexual tension going on with Pepper Potts.
Oh, yeah, with Gwyneth.
And it was really hot.
With Pepper.
With Pepper.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's hot up here, too. If y'all was sitting next to Robert Downey Jr., it's pretty hot up on this couch. But in the next Iron Man, will something be consummated? Will you? You
mean, are we gonna get down?
Yeah.
No. Whatever the people want. I think when you have that kind of tension and characters, you get to do more than one movie. You don't want to, you want to keep the tension, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it works. What about your new? I mean, you have a pretty fresh audience right now of young kids who are still. I mean, they've got the action figure. They're into it. How's that been? Have they come up to you on the street now? You said your son thinks you're, ask you to bring in the snacks.
My son thinks I'm driving him and his friends around in a minivan. But
but what about the others?
Yeah, it's cool that, to have my friends tell me that their son or daughter was pointing at a poster and saying, how many days till Iron Man or whatever. It's kind of wild. It's also it's a responsibility too,
Do you feel that?
I really do, and that's probably a good thing.
Now, your son he's 14. Are you want more kids? Or is this yeah?
Yeah.
But
Sherry wants more kids too,
I saw that segment. That's a good tie-in, see? That could go into heck of an improv right now.
I'm still thinking about what Robert was saying during the commercial break. He was like, can I tell that?
Yeah.
He said, I had a dream that I came and I laid down on the couch. But, and so Elizabeth and I were like, well, there's a lot of bosoms here.
Take a rest.
Oh, this is good.
So Are you going to the Time 100? Because you're one of the Time 100, man.
She's actually jiggling my breast right now.
When do you get to jiggle the
Check
Iron
out
Man?
the view from this angle, honey.
There we have it. Improvisation incarnate.
That is best, you taking me. See, I was already aware of it, so I didn't notice it again.
You took it for granted.
Yes, I did.
I told you it was hot up here.
So now,
It is now.
you're one of the Time 100. You're going tonight.
Yeah.
Who are you taking?
I'm taking my dad. Dad to this Time magazine 100 so-and-sos. I do care. It'll be great because you get to make a toast and make a toast to Robert Downey
But you're
Sr.
influential.
Yes, I'm somehow or other become a very influential person this year.
No, not just this year.
All right, what should I be influencing?
Well, that's the question. What do you think you should be influencing?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's nice. It's nice to have a voice and have this kind of audience and success in the movie. But I was just part of a group of people, really. But I'll take all the credit if it's going to. Maybe I should be the influential one here.
But maybe
It's like the lunatics taking over the
It's the kinds of movies you've done, because you've done some really wonderful films over the years, and you are one of the preeminent actors in this country. I'm sorry, but you're good. You know?
It's really inspirational. You've been through quite a lot in the last 10 years, and you've come out very strong.
Yes.
And you know, you are inspiring to a lot of people.
I'll take it.
And I'm going to tell everybody, Iron Man is in theaters now, and when we come back, Clay Aiken will be here performing.